Welcome to this reading in an empowerment series that I am calling Chiron Rising. So I have a particular fascination and energetic connection with Chiron in astrology. And you can see more in the introduction video that I did for this series, which I'll link in the YouTube description below. But essentially, this is just a short, honestly, a healing exercise for all of us that Chiron wants to bring through an energy of knowing we are empowered for these times and is really ready. Chiron is really ready to let go of the moniker of the wounded healer. So these readings are focused on how we can boost our energy, not take away from it, and looking at our wounds instead of looking at the potential of our healing. So at this moment when I'm doing this reading, this is on May 4th of 2019, Chiron is currently at Aries 5. And no matter when you watch this video, even if it's years from now, the energy will still be meaningful to where you're at in your journey. Okay, I do believe in that divine guidance that we're led to the information that we most need in any given moment. And so Aries 5 in the Sabian symbol set reads as follows: a triangle with wings. And this has a couple of numerological values associated with it. Aries 5 is the energy. 5 is that of being the freedom-loving adventurer. It is literally on purpose, mixing things up and putting things off balance on purpose. So in your life, you might be feeling like the parts of you that are very strong and forward-moving and warrior-esque, which is the energy of Aries, where Chiron is, you might feel like those parts of you, and they could be parts of you that are also leadership potentialities. Some of that may feel like it's off balance. It feels like the energy is wonky. And also we have a triangle with wings indicated here. So a triangle having 3 sides. This speaks to it's time for creativity and to take flight on something new. This creative vision that brings you a greater sense of leadership potential, of being able to bring power to projects, but in a new way, because the wings of the symbol indicate taking flight in a new way. It's not something that currently exists. So I feel like part of this is in redefining. Chiron wants to redefine what is power and how we could use creativity to refine that a bit. And I also pulled a card from the Secrets from the Mystic Grove, which is the deck that I use for this particular series. And the card of protection came up, and boy, isn't that an Aries kind of an image with all the red. But look there is the woman in red, okay? Leadership, warrior kind of energy, and the gentle energy of the deer standing behind her. And this says protection. Okay, number 8 is another numerological value. Warrior, safety, acts of kindness. So we've got the mix of the warrior and of needing stability and safety, but the ever important aspect of that deer energy, and deer represents gentleness. This is what I'm saying. It is and the 8 energy that this card is about after you discover, it's like Chiron wants to give you an aha moment here, that I can actually be powerful in being gentle. And the 8 energy is about taking a new awareness that you have and beginning to integrate it in your life, just as if we turn the 8 on its side and it becomes an infinity. You test this out in your world and you see what comes back to you. and you keep sort of perfecting that process and seeing what the reflection is that comes back in your experience. So with that, the other deck that I use for these readings is a healing oracle deck, and they have particular glyphs that are associated with them. And this is because I feel like Chiron wants to focus on healing, not on woundedness. It's just that energy is just done. There is no personal sense of empowerment in continuing to look at the wound that's on our arm, and we just keep sticking our finger in it and causing, it to never really heal because we just keep poking at it. We keep putting our attention there. So the card that came up for us for a little mini healing today is adrenal glands and kidneys. And I'm literally going to be walking you through a very brief healing exercise here so that we can bring healing to this portion of our physical form, which Chiron is very interested in, given his focus on healing modalities, according to the mythology with Chiron. So I did a little research ahead of time because there's, of course, spiritual meaning with all the parts of our body and how it functions. Now, the adrenals are known to be what helps us to regulate stress in our life. And it does that by releasing cortisol, which helps to just temper stress. So that's one piece. And then the kidneys controls the distribution and circulation of fluids. It's one of the organs that does that and does cleansing along the way. And this, spiritually speaking, is talking about it activates our genetic potentialities because it's really the waters of life, even from our earliest beginnings, and some believe from past lives, also in our ancestry as well, that all of those waters run through us, and the kidneys are directly responsible for that kind of circulation. So when the waters within become stagnant, feelings like fear, anxiety, what were some of the other ones? Low self-esteem, insecurity, apathy, isolation, indifference. Those things start to take shape and they crystallize. And meanwhile, we can instead use the kidneys to help with motivation and inspirational thinking and using our will in an upward spiraling way. So together, this healing that Chiron's offering is about managing the stress by not using power, but rather the gentleness of the deer here. There is such a thing as gentle power, and joining those together in order to better manage stress and to allow the potentials that is running through your genetics, through the lineage that you chose when you came into this life, to allow those potentials to come forward, okay? And to drop this. Chiron is very interested in dropping this need to be so protective and to be so almost on the offensive all the time because of, you think about a sense of woundedness that Chiron has always been known for. And there's a sense of being on the defensive, like, no, kind of cowering away. This is a sense of just gentle empowerment, like, this is who I am. This is how I operate. This is the lineage. This is my inspiration, my source of will and motivation that wants to come forward. Okay, so with that, I'm going to ask here if you can, if you're in a place to do this, that you close your eyes for just a moment. And I'm going to be working with this card, and I'm calling in Chiron here as our healing modality. And this glyph, this healing, is going to detoxify, rebuild, and energize the adrenal system. And it's also going to work on cleansing and regenerating the kidneys. And I'd like you to repeat after me. As you feel into these portions of your body, in that lower back region where the kidneys are located and the adrenals are just above the kidneys. So please repeat after me, and this is Chiron's energy here. I trust creation and the universe to provide all my needs. I realize there is never any need for worry or concern over anything. Everything is in divine order. I'm going to read this back to you to integrate as the 8 energy wishes to integrate with us today. I trust creation and the universe to provide all my needs. I realize there is never any need for worry or concern over anything. Everything is in divine order. And Chiron seals this with, and so it is. Yes. Okay, you can open your eyes now. And that is our mini healing from Chiron. A sense of empowerment and a sense of this gentle power that is ready to come forward within you, knowing that you need not fear or worry. You need not let stress overtake you, that the waters of your potentiality flow easily within you. Blessings to you.